Oprah Winfrey spends millions covering up secrets and scandals. It's time the public finds out the truth. Oprah allegedly spent a very pretty shiny penny to make sure the docuseries that was created about her never sees the light or dark of day. In 2021, Apple TV announced that Oscar-winning director Kevin McDonald would make a documentary about Winfrey's life, but after arguing with him over the project's final product, a spokesperson for Oprah said that Oprah actually bought back the rights to her docuseries and has since decided to put the doc on hold. In addition, another source said Kevin made the film, but Oprah didn't like it and he refused to change it, and Oprah has paid back her fee to Apple. Her previous work with them included her show The Oprah Conversations and the mental health special The Me You Can't See in collaboration with Prince Harry. She also hosted Oprah's book club on Apple's books as well. Now, many people have been led to speculate that there's more to this story, and maybe, just maybe, Oprah doesn't want some information getting out that could absolutely destroy her. One social media user online posed the question, if you are a billionaire, would you not also pay to have some secrets kept secrets? With another person saying, what is she afraid of hiding? One person just flat out came out and said, what are you hiding, at Oprah? And another user wondered if a change in focus led to the decision, saying, was she promised a sugary overview but got an actual objective observatory documentary in which she didn't like what she saw? I thought every skeleton was out of the closet, so what's the hide, Oprah? Now get this, this isn't actually the first time Oprah has canceled projects she commissioned or approved about herself. Back in the early 90s, she pulled back an autobiography that was ready to be published, but why? And considering Oprah had been paid $3 million in advance, you'd think it was a done deal, but nope, she gave it all back just 3 months before it was set to be published. It gets weirder though. She also had a book she planned for 2017 called The Life You Want, but yes, you guessed it, she yet again pulled it, and we have never seen it or read it, should I say. Oprah likes to keep her private life private, as do many celebrities, so that's not really shocking, and people who work for her are privy to details of the mega mogul's life that the general public would never know. Now, to keep her closest secrets confidential, Oprah has one of the best publicity and legal teams in the business. Not surprising, and while most NDAs are for a limited time, her staff actually must sign lifetime agreements. These are airtight NDAs that she gives out like candy. Now, in 2000, Oprah defended the restrictive gag order for employees, saying, I have to function in an environment where I feel I could trust my employees. The NDAs were not meant to be a way to keep just secrets off her shows, safe, but also basically all of her secrets to her life as well. And according to sources, these NDA documents were signed by almost everyone in her life. Now, in 2010, Unicus Performance Training, two fitness trainers in particular there, filed a lawsuit against Oprah Winfrey's Harpo Studios after they allegedly were hired to create a customized fitness program for Harpo employees and were never actually paid. So Dina Castillo and Frank Nunes, a married couple that owns Unicus Fitness, were hired to create the O Fitness Challenge in June of 2008. Now, the program was to become a segment on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and Harpo representatives allegedly asked the couple to appear on an Oprah Radio XM program hosted by Winfrey's former personal trainer, Bob Greene. Now, the couple, excited about their scheduled radio appearance, sent a mass email out to their clients asking them to listen to the show. And, according to the suit filed in Cook County Circuit Court, it was reported that soon after, Harpo officials told the couple that the mass email violated a confidentiality agreement with the talk show's parent company, which terminated their O Fitness Challenge program. Now, despite the fact that the couple had already appeared on Green's show on March 16, 2009, Harpo accused them of a gross and egregious confidentiality violation. The suit claims Unicus had already spent a lot of time working with Harpo employees and estimated they provided $100,000 to $130,000 in services. They invoiced Harpo for $63,628.50, but were told they would not be paid since they violated the agreement and that their services were voluntary. Ouch. Oprah has been called out for using weight loss medication, despite being a longtime ambassador for Weight Watchers, and you may or may not have been born after the fact, but you don't need to have seen Oprah's infamous Fat Wagon segment at the time it aired in 1986 to have felt its repercussions. Regardless of when you were born, you certainly should know this one. The moment we're in the talk show host proudly wheeled out a wagon full of raw butchered animal parts, like wrapped up in plastic, like they came straight from a butcher's or a psychopath's lair. It was meant to be a visual representation of the weight she'd recently lost from a liquids-only diet. It's one of the most over-the-top examples in a list of ways that Oprah, throughout her decades-long career, has promoted dangerous and unrealistic weight loss and dieting methods that she admits were harmful. Well, now she has come under fire from a number of fans after admitting to using weight loss aids. This revelation comes a matter of months after Oprah previously slammed the use of the weight loss Ozempic. Oprah has been talking about weight loss and weight loss methods for decades now, and it's always conflicting. One moment she's pro this, the next minute she's pro that. I think people are just fed up and don't want to hear her talk about it anymore. Good for you for getting your health under control, however that works for you. At this point, if you like it, we love it. Lastly, I want to touch on the Oprah and Mo'Nique incident. Back in March 2010, Mo'Nique won the Best Supporting Actress Academy Award for her performance in the movie Precious. The controversy started when Mo'Nique claimed that Oprah blackballed her in the entertainment industry after Mo'Nique's appearance on Oprah's show. Mo'Nique stated that Oprah had been upset with her for not attending a party at Oprah's home and for not supporting Oprah's friend Tyler Perry. Mo'Nique also claimed that Oprah had pressured her to apologize to Tyler Perry for comments she had made about him, and that Oprah had threatened to ruin her career if she didn't comply. Mo'Nique refused to apologize and stated that she felt Oprah was being unfair and controlling. Now, Oprah responded to Mo'Nique's claims, stating that she had not blackballed her and that their friendship had simply just fizzled out. Oprah also denied pressuring Mo'Nique to apologize to Tyler Perry. The feud escalated, with both women making public comments about each other, and Mo'Nique claimed that Oprah was using her power to destroy her career, while Oprah accused Mo'Nique of being ungrateful and disloyal. The situation ultimately led to a rift between the two women, and in retaliation, Oprah even had Mo'Nique's older brother, Gerald, on her show. It's been reported that Gerald harmed Mo'Nique growing up, and it was also reported that being on Oprah's show was the first time he actually admitted to his crimes. One person on X said, Oprah needs to answer for this, because interviewing Mo'Nique's brother after her historic Oscar win, this doesn't make sense. Plus, it's starting to look bad on for Oprah. Now, another person added, Oprah definitely seems like she's a mean, cold-spirited side to her. I just wonder why she was so mean to Mo'Nique. Like Mo said, Oprah crossed her on many different levels. And you know what? Even all till now, Oprah hasn't discussed the situation, and she actually stands on her claims that she meant nothing bad by having Mo'Nique's brother on her show. But with the timing and drama between the two, it sure seems to me like it was definitely a jab at Mo'Nique.
An old interview of the Olsen twins on the Oprah show has left fans disgusted after the girls were asked invasive questions by the talk show host. And it's even worse when you take the context into account. The Olsen twins were Hollywood's darlings in the early 2000s. I mean, they still are. But they have moved from being in front of the camera to exciting behind-the-scenes ventures, and they're mainly in the fashion world now. Some people believe that the reason they switched industries is because the pressure to be perfect was too great. The pair did literally grow up on camera. They starred on Full House together when they were little, and then went on to film 20 movies, TV shows, music, a magazine. They were booked and busy. Because they are twins and did almost everything together, people often combined their financial gains into one, and together they became essentially billionaires before they turned 21. That was due to all their Hollywood projects, but also because once they were old enough, they took over their businesses and it was worth a lot. Nowadays, they're probably still getting a lot of royalties, but most of their revenue seems to be coming from their various fashion brands. All of this to say, they've grown up comfortably and widely adored, so one would think that they were having a great time. Not necessarily the case. They grew up in the public eye, so their every move was watched. Growing pains were on full display, and people loved to comment on them and their bodies. And at such an impressionable age, with so many people talking about their physical appearance like it was their God-given right, it took a toll on the woman. One of those people that considered the twins' weight a topic of conversation was none other than Oprah Winfrey. It's 2004, and the twins are almost 18. They're sitting down for an interview with Oprah. The interview covers a lot lot, but one section really stuck out. Oprah brings up a recent rumor that had been circulating about Mary-Kate, that she was struggling with an eating disorder. Yeah, Oprah pretty much asked about it outright. She said, "I know a new rumor recently surfaced that has really upset you, right?" The girls didn't answer right away, so Oprah continued, "You know, the one about eating." Again, Mary-Kate was struggling with this at the time, and Oprah's like, "What if we got into it on national television? Let's talk about it." That, in of itself, is pretty problematic, especially considering their age, but it somehow got worse. The girls kind of try to respond, but not give too many personal details away, saying that people are going to write what they're gonna write, and that they just try not to read any of it, good or bad. Ashley remarked about the pressures to look a certain way, and yet nothing you do ever being good enough, you're always too something. However, mid-answer, Oprah interjected to outright ask what size the twins were. Ashley did look pretty surprised by the question, and the pair tried to kind of laugh it off and didn't end up actually responding with an actual size, instead opting to say that they were short and petite. Oprah's response to this was, "That's so interesting," following up with, "I'm obsessed with size," and you're like, I really don't know. I kind of get what she was going for with that statement, but also like not really, so don't ask me to explain. What I do understand is that the twins looked pretty uncomfortable with the questions, especially compared to the reactions to other topics from the interview, like their college dreams and how to tell the two apart. As the topic kind of came to a close, Mary-Kate said, "If we were obsessed with our size, it'd be, I don't know, a different story." People nowadays aren't just upset with Oprah though, but also the audience, because they laughed frequently during the conversation. And sure, we do exist in a very different time today, but even back then, a grown woman that has been very public with her weight loss journey, that decided to address problematic rumors about young stars, not just their weight but potential eating disorders, and also asking what size they were exactly, it feels weird and people are unhappy. People are especially upset with Oprah Winfrey for asking Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen about their weight on the talk show, not just because the question was like unnecessary for anyone but especially young people, the twins were uncomfortable, and Mary-Kate was dealing with some personal matters related to weight behind the scenes, but also because Oprah's built an entire empire on the topic of weight. She was an investor in Weight Watchers and a spokesperson until 2024. Per the Daily Mail, she left the position due to her use of Ozempic and other weight loss medicines. I mean, lots of celebrities have admitted to using these things, so why was it a problem specifically for Oprah? Well, previously she had said that she didn't want to use things like that because they were the easy way out. At a panel hosted in 2023, Oprah talked about how important it is to be accepting of whatever body you choose to be in. She also discussed how she no longer feels ashamed of using the medicines and instead uses it as a tool in her weight loss journey, same as physical activity or diets. People are just kind of upset that someone that has been very vocal about their struggles with weight would put another person, then rumored to also be struggling with their weight, on the spot and then ask them to talk about their own experience on national TV. After their appearance on the Oprah show, in which they were directly asked about Mary-Kate's then rumored eating disorder, Mary-Kate actually did end up in rehab in the summer. The reason why, for treatment for anorexia, was revealed later on. I'm sure Oprah's comments on her show weren't the only reason for the actress going, though they probably just didn't help. The topic of the twins' weight was being discussed by many different people and celebrity gossip publications. There were articles upon articles about how thin the girls were and how worried people were. There was even one magazine that I found that had a detailed breakdown of the food that they would eat in a day, down to a split mini muffin and cubes of beef. It was quite literally the strangest thing I've ever seen. Though the pair have definitely been through it when it comes to media attention, they acknowledge how grateful they are for their opportunities and the fact that they were able to make it out with minimal damage. I mean, going to rehab is not great, that's not what I'm saying, but they had spoken in interviews before disappearing about how they were grateful that they never reached the point of like a public breakdown. For the most part, they did deal with personal matters in private. One of the sisters in particular referenced Britney Spears' well-known breakdown and how she was glad that she never experienced public pressure to that point. The twins have adopted a private lifestyle in every sense of the word. It extends even into their fashion lines. When their brand, The Row, first started taking off, at first the women were hesitant about being the faces for it. They even briefly considered not letting people know that they were behind the luxury brand and instead getting a different figurehead. The clothes, they are also pretty discreet when it comes to their branding. The sisters have said that they don't even like putting things in the windows at their shops. Last year, year in March for Paris Fashion Week, as they debuted their new The Row collection, they encouraged guests not to take any photos or videos at all. It maintains privacy, sure, but it also just makes everything seem even more exclusive for their designer label. Paris also happens to be the latest city that their stores have expanded to. Even though the pair were doing fine for their age, they were always too much of something for the people to be happy with their appearance. Plus, the 2000s were a time when not being a size 2 or under was like committing a deadly sin in Hollywood. I don't know what size the twins really were, I do not care. However, it is really sad that they had to go through having a bunch of adults making unsolicited comments about their bodies while they were growing up. It clearly took a toll considering Mary-Kate ended up struggling with anorexia. Mary-Kate spent the 6 weeks in rehab before being released before the summer was over. At the time, the twins and their publicist had said that the girls understood that the public wanting every little detail about their personal lives and how they lived their life was expected to come with the territory, but it doesn't make the comments any better though. The Olsen twins have since kind of departed Hollywood. I mean, like, not completely. Their sister, Elizabeth Olsen, is definitely taking up the acting torch, and the twins have actually shifted gears into a totally different art form, which is fashion. And they're doing a great job, still making public appearances, but definitely staying out of the spotlight in comparison to what they used to do. They now run a few different brands. They always had an interest in the fashion industry, even before they could legally head a company. They were the faces for various businesses. They had a clothing line for girls in Walmart that was wildly successful, and then when they were older, they started a few more brands like The Row, Elizabeth and James, Olsen Boy, and Stylement. They've won awards in the field and generally received praise on social media for their clothing and personal style. But according to CelebrityNetwork.com, the twins have a combined net worth of $1 billion.